Hey guys, Helen Hart Smith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Hello. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm filming early, so the day is young, but it's pretty good so far. Woohoo! So I'm here to film my video for my Master Spell series. This is for the Scorpio lesson. And oh my gosh, I have so much that I want to share. So, I was trying to decide, should I make some notes about everything that I want to cover, or should I just talk, because that way I can talk and not look down at notes. I mean, I've already got my little correspondence sheet that I want to cover. So we're just kind of flowing with things, as we oftentimes do at the Heart of the Witch's Path channel. So, oh gosh, okay, so a lot to cover, let's get into it. And let's start with the correspondences, and then I can get that piece of paper out of my hand, and we can just talk. How's that? So, we're in the Scorpio lesson, and so Scorpio runs from the dates of October 23rd to November 21st. So if your birthday falls between those days, hi, you're Scorpio. Welcome. So the planetary influences for Scorpio are Mars, which we dealt with Mars back in the lesson of Aries. And then we're also coming into Pluto aspects. So that's kind of interesting because of the planet properties. So the Mars, if you will remember, Mars influences are all about like aggression and lust and conflict. So they're very powerful emotions and thoughts. And so, you know, and then we team those with Pluto, which is all about order and sudden change. So sudden change can very much come around with aggressive behavior and conflict, but I like the fact that there's order to the conflict. And I've found that that's been a very interesting influence to come into play with my experiences so far with this month. Now, the Scorpio is a water sign, and it's also fixed in its qualities. So let's talk about some of the stone and flower and herb and color correspondences. Diamond, obsidian, and jet go along with the cycle of Scorpio, if you will. And then for flowers and herbs, we're looking at basil, heather, and chrysanthemum. And then finally, colors are burgundy, brown, black, and gray. Which I find, okay, so because we're in October, November, I like the idea of the brown and the burgundy, but I find that the black and gray is an interesting color idea for November because it's the height of fall. So I expect a burgundy and a brown, and would have thought that maybe there'd be a little bit more orange influences and things like that. But I found that black and gray, with my experiences so far, kind of plays along with things as well. So, all right, so there's our little correspondences. So let's talk about spell work and real world stuff and everything like that. This month has been intense for me. So I don't think I talked about in video, I talked about the fact that I had a doctor's appointment coming up, but I don't think I've spoken about what happened at that doctor's appointment. So this particular doctor's appointment was a follow-up to my original appointment that I think was back in May, where I finally went back to a doctor. And so this follow-up appointment was to check to see how my weight loss had been going. And so my doctor recently had a baby, her second child, and so yay for her. And so my original appointment had been set up for her. But because she went off on maternity leave and because of some personal issues that I had, I ended up needing to reschedule the appointment a couple of times. My doctor had a nurse practitioner that was part of the practice, and so that's who my follow-up appointment was going to be with instead of the doctor. So when I finally got in there, oh, let me have a little drink here, guys. I got my coffee. I'm all set up. Look, I got my Mystics of Realure mug. So cute. Oh, it's good. So anyhow, doctor's appointment with the nurse practitioner to see how much weight I'd lost. I've talked about in these videos, I've talked about how because I'm on this health journey, I've been teetering back and forth with my weight in this like 10-pound region, that some months were easier to deal with that. Some months have been a little bit harder to deal with that. And so I knew that I wasn't making a lot of weight loss progress, but I knew that I was moving more. I knew that I was taking other steps to have a healthier relationship with food and things like that. So I was trying not to get down on myself, and still kind of moving forward and all that kind of stuff, which I had that conversation with the nurse practitioner, and come to find out when I actually went in for the appointment, I had lost 4 pounds. Not a huge loss for the time frame, but at least I hadn't gained. That's how I was kind of looking at it. So let me just say, I don't want to go into like all the details of that appointment, because I almost feel like that appointment was damaging in a lot of ways. I think that the conversation that I had both with the nurse practitioner and the medical assistant led me to start, maybe having some self-doubts about myself that luckily didn't last long. So I'm happy about that. But it was a negative experience because the nurse practitioner wanted to put me on a dietary or on a weight loss drug. And I am not down with prescription drugs. I take herbal supplements for very specific reasons, and I've actually not been taking them for the last couple of months. I go through cycles where I take them very well and then I don't take them. And that's part of the reason why I don't like prescription drugs, because I don't want to be tethered to a drug that I have to take every day. And so the thought of a weight loss drug was like horrific for me. Like it wasn't okay for me. And one of them, the one that she was really pushing for, was a daily self-injection. No, ma'am. I do not like needles, and therefore I'm not down with giving myself a daily shot. I wouldn't want a daily shot if somebody else was administering it, much less doing it myself. So it was traumatic in a sense, but I think that in a way, it kind of lit a fire under my hiney. And so I don't think that experience was one that I wish that I didn't have, because I think, like I said, I think it was very transformative for where I'm at right now. So there's that appointment, and unfortunately, my doctor has decided that she's not going to come back and practice medicine. She wants to stay home and raise her babies, which I'm like, that's awesome for you. Go ahead, girl. And so, because of that, I have to find a new doctor yet again. But I won't be coming into contact with that nurse practitioner anymore. So I won't have the pressure of, dealing with, you should take these drugs in future doctor's visits. So that's kind of cool. So let's kind of put that to bed. But so that was a catalyst for some change. And one of my coven sisters also, lit another fire under my hiney. As you know, I've been wearing and using my Fitbit now for quite a few months. I don't even remember when I got it. But one of my coven sisters initiated this weekly work week hustle. It's like a challenge where you can challenge your friends and stuff like that. And we've been doing it now for a number of weeks. And I don't know if I've talked about it in video or not, but it has really inspired me. I don't think I'm super competitive, but I guess there's enough of it in me. There's enough competitiveness in me. Excuse me, that it's caused me to want to step up my step game. And so that's been another great thing. So I've upped my steps. Usually I was getting like I thought if I had a 6,000 step day, I was like, you know, moving mountains kind of thing. And my daily step goal, like when you buy a Fitbit, your daily set goal, they say is like 10,000 steps. I wasn't doing that unless we were going to like the zoo for a day or something like that. And so, but now, I'm getting 8,000 steps, no problem. And so just recently I actually upped my steps to that 10,000. So it's been a game changer. And again, I'm so thankful to my coven sister, Cornflower Wolf. I love you, girl. Mwah! I'm very grateful for her for starting that, and it's been something that we've done weekly with this group of women, and I feel that it's empowering, and I'm not in first place because another coven sister is a speed demon. You know who you are, and stuff like that. And it's not just coven sisters either that are in it. So that has been a game changer. So all this amazingness has happened for, you know, whether it be a positive influence or a seemingly negative influence, has really come about. What did we talk about? The influences, aggressive, sudden change. And so I feel like I originally had this idea about water spell work that I was going to do for this month, but I quickly changed my mind about that because I feel like this month has really been about setting some serious willpower intention. Because of the increased activity and because of the threat of drugs, it has really focused my attention on food. And I feel like I've had some incredibly focused, powerful change when looking at food. I'm looking at portion control. I'm looking like I never have before. I'm looking at good choices like I never have before. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not limiting myself necessarily. Like if I need chocolate, sometimes I just need chocolate or, you know, something along those lines. But it's the amount, which is huge. And I know this. Sorry, my foot's falling asleep. I must adjust. Sorry about that. But I feel like there's been some like incredibly good, positive, forward-moving, healthy choices that I've been making in this last few weeks. And it's an incredible feeling to feel like I'm making serious improvements. And it has shown because I got on the scale a couple of weeks ago and guys, I finally did it. I finally made my first weight loss goal. I lost my first 50 pounds. I feel like I gotta do a little weight loss shimmy. Hoo, hoo, hoo. So, yay, bells, whistles, excitement. That was a huge, I mean, the roomie has been telling me, and I totally get it. Like in my head, I totally get the fact that you've been moving more, you're probably losing fat and gaining muscle, and therefore it's not necessarily going to show up on a number on a scale. In my head, I get that, but also in my head is the other voice that says, I would really like to see that number go down. And so it has been a huge weight sort of off my shoulders to have that because it was so close, you know? And so, yay, first 50 pounds are down. I am now under 400 pounds. Yes! And so I've set my sights on the next 50 pounds, which will take me down to 350. And I don't necessarily have, I think that those BMI index charts are crazy. Some of them are based on your age, some of them are based on your height, but I want to say that for my, I think it's for my height, I think I'm supposed to be like around 180. Folks, I don't know if that's going to happen. And I just want to be able to move and not feel pain. I have bad knees. I think I've got bad ankles because of the weight. I just want to be able to do a set of steps. I want to be able to go up a set of steps like this. Boom, 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 boom. Instead of boom, boom, boom. I just want to be able to go up steps easy. I want to be able to, you know, move and do things and stuff like that. And I want to have a healthy relationship with food. That's what this has been about. I want my health to be, in general, good. So I think that this month has been insane about good, positive things. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about is that part of this whole year journey that I'm taking with Witchcraft 5 and working through these zodiac signs and such is there are, I know that we all have birthstones that we correspond with, but there are also other systems and other stones that, you know, so I want to say Scorpio, like a traditional Scorpio stone might be like an opal or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't really say here. I know that the roomie's mother is a Scorpio. She had her birthday. So maybe when she gets here later, because she's coming, maybe I can ask her. But I think, I want to say that it might be like a pink topaz or an opal or something like that. I don't remember. But from the list, I selected obsidian. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have like a little bag or something like that, and you're supposed to carry this stone with you throughout the month and experience, you know, see how those experiences, you're supposed to meditate with it and different things like that. Well, obsidian, of course, as a black stone, it's great for grounding and it's great for protection. But obsidian is also about giving a boost to your magic. It's about aggressive change. And so I think that that stone influence has had a pretty big effect on my experiences in this month as well. And so as a matter of fact, the last few days, I've had to kind of not wear it because it's kind of, well, okay, I don't wear it. I have a bag that I put all of the stones as we make our way through the lessons. It's an organza bag, and I usually, you know, put it in the goddess's purse and I carry it there. But it's been kind of intense feeling, and so I haven't carried it on my person. It's been in my purse, so it's been with me, but it got to be a little much, which I think it kind of helped work its, you know, influences with my activities, and I'm excited to continue to keep it with me for that, you know, continued influence. So there we have it. I mean, it's been a great month. I feel good about things. Yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say about it. Here I thought I'd carry on for like ever, but it's only been not even 20 minutes. So I'm kind of happy about that. I hope that I haven't bored you too much. I feel like things have progressed, you know, at a good clip. But anyhow, so I'm going to wrap this video up. If you're watching this series, and if you're I'd like to hear your experiences if you're like doing anything with this with me or whatever. So if you liked this video or learned something from it, please give it a thumbs up, because I greatly appreciate that kind of interaction. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I've been busy, so I haven't been on as much. So I'll try to, you know, hopefully things are calming down at work, which is where things have been busy. I would love to hear comments from you, so please do so in the comments section below. Or if you're more comfortable emailing, email at heartofthewitchespath@yahoo.com. Check out the Instagram. I've been trying to post some fun things there and kind of interacting there. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. I'll see you next time. Thanks for walking the path for a little while with me. And until next time, blessed be.